Hey Facebook, it's Lexi here. How are you? Today I'm talking about 10 things you shouldn't say, law of attraction. And I've invited a special guest with me here today. His name is Thom Stark. That's a good way to start out a Go Live. Thom Stark, all the way from Ferndale, Michigan. And he's probably going to be joining us anytime. In the meantime, we're going to definitely talk about law of attraction and the 10 things that you should not say. Okay? I know one of the big things for me, I do not like to put the word can't in my vocabulary. I used to, but I don't anymore. There's always a way that you can. You just have to be creative sometimes, dig deep, and find a way. So that's one. Thom might have 10 other different ones. I don't know. I haven't talked to him about it yet. So, hey, Sabira and Duri, thanks for joining today. That's awesome. I've invited Thom to come on, so hopefully he's going to be here soon. Okay, this might not work again. I know Thom and I tried this a couple weeks ago and it didn't work. Some of the other things I have found. Thank you, Dura. Yeah, I'm glad you did. That's awesome. Okay, I think Thom's trying to come on. Bear with me. And here he comes. Everyone, this is Thom Stark from Ferndale, Michigan. Thom?
Hey Lexi, how you doing? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me okay? Uh-oh. These technical problems are always fun. Okay, looks like I have to approve you again. Hey Mark, how's it going? Okay guys, bear with me. I don't know what happened there. Gotta approve him and add him again. Latinia is joining us. She says, hi Thom. There you are, you're
Hey,
back.
I'm back. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
All right. I've got my volume up on the phone as loud as I can make it. So if I get a little quiet, let me know and I will try and project just a little bit more, okay?
Okay. No, you're doing great. This is great. This is awesome. Boy, when technology works, it's so much fun, hey?
Isn't it? Hey, Latonia, I see a friend of mine, Latonia Johnson's on the line. So, hey, Latonia, how are you today?
Yes,
Anyway,
awesome.
I think
So I
what,
was
this is the third time's a charm?
Yes, yes, that's right. We got this figured out. So I'm excited to have you on today, Thom. Thank you for joining
Yeah.
me.
Well, thank you. I appreciate being here and just being considered for this. I appreciate it, Lexi.
Awesome. So I was just telling the audience that today we're going to talk about 10 words that you shouldn't say in your vocabulary, law of attraction. And I know
Hmm.
I put out there can't. That's one of the things I used to say, and I've taken it out of my vocabulary. But let's go ahead and share the words that you come up with, Thom, if you don't mind, and maybe we'll have a little discussion about each one and as to why we shouldn't say those kind of words. So let me know what you have for words you shouldn't say.
Well, for the first thing, Lexi, is this. Before we get into some of the words that I have for myself, really what I hope people will do is begin to think about words that we all need to eliminate from our own vocabulary. And there are some reasons for that. One of the things that I like to talk about is weight loss. But in this case, it's about emotional weight loss. It's the stuff that's holding us back from achieving what our potential is, what we really can realize in our lives. And so, the first thing that I think about is what is it that we communicate? Why do we communicate? And why is it even important? And a lot of us will look at it and we'll say, okay, I need to communicate a need. I'm hungry, I need this. I'm broke, I need this. We have all kinds of things that we want to communicate, But the basic function to me of communicating is simply to get a message across. And normally we're telling other people a message that we want to get across to them, but frequently we're talking to ourselves. And so there's a message that we continually give to ourselves as well. And that's the kind of message that I'm talking about today. It's not so much the words that we don't want to speak necessarily over others. It's more those words that we speak into our own lives and what we've accepted. Maybe from our past is words that are maybe not really the truth, but we've accepted them. And so that's the first part of it. You know, as I've thought about this, and as I've been exposed to several really good teachings and preachings, if you will, lately. And part of the purpose of our words, it's to inform, right? We want people to get a message. We want them to hear some facts, some details, maybe things that we need. We also are informing ourselves when we reinforce either old images that are bad images or new images that we're trying to create, new realities that we want to establish for ourselves. But we're looking to inform, right?
Right.
So that's a big part of it. So we're also always looking to make an impact. So everything that we say, if we have a negative attitude about something, what is it that we're impacting? What's the reality?
Negativity.
It's negativity. So the word can't would be a really good example. I can't do this. I just can't do this. I don't have the time. I don't have the skill. I don't have the ability, whatever. I don't have it. And so I'm not going to move into that space of kind of creating something. I'm simply going to accept a reality and not challenge it. But it comes from a place of information. It comes from a place of details and facts. It also comes from that place of trying to create some emotion. So when we're emitting a negative emotion to others, we're also emitting that negative emotion to ourselves. But the third thing that comes from it is that we're also imparting something. So if you think about it, if you believe that you're going to have a negative reaction, then you're broadcasting, you're projecting a negative outcome.
Right.
You're not even going to move into that space. So when I talk about words and words that need to be replaced, it's those words where I know that I'm informing, I know that I'm impacting something, and at the same time, there's an impartation that goes forward, and that is also created. If I change the language, then the realities begin to change as well. You with me on that?
That's really profound, Tom. If you change your words, your realities change as well. It's so true. I mean, like what you said, if you say those words, that's the space you go into. So if you say positive words, you go into that positive space. That is really awesome. That's deep.
Exactly.
That's good.
So, for all the things that you and I do and for so many others who we connect with, we're trying to build businesses. We're trying to build something in our lives to make a difference in the world, to make a difference in our own homes, in our own health, in our own bodies, in our own income. But if we carry that sense of lack or limit or less, then that is what we're going to project. We're going to project the lack, limit, and less, and we're not going to create that environment that we know that we're fully capable of doing. So I felt like I really needed to set that as a premise, that our words inform. They inform you or they inform our audience, they inform ourselves because we speak them. They create an impact. And at the same time, they also create an outcome, an impartation. You're speaking forth into something and you're helping to create it. There's an acronym that I was shown recently. And this came from a pastor friend of mine who's been very, very influential in my life. And the acronym for words is this. The W stands for where your heart is. So if you're in that place of I can't do something, that's where your heart is. So think about it. But the W stands for where your heart is. The O is the openings in your life. So if you're susceptible to negativity, even if you're trying to move forward into a space, but then all of a sudden something happens that takes you back to that old meme that we might have about ourselves, then you can go down that negativity rabbit hole quickly. But the O is like openings, or you can create new openings. You can create, all right, this is what I'm going to do with my life. This is the direction I'm going. And forget the past. We're simply moving into the new space. Does that make sense?
Totally
So
makes
that's
sense.
the O.
This is powerful.
Yeah, the R is reaching. We're either reaching for something or we are retreating from something. And
Right.
there's not necessarily a value judgment on either one. Sometimes you need to retreat from something because that's you're going in the wrong direction and you got to move away from it. But I prefer to think of it as reaching for something. If you are trying to accomplish something, change an aspect of your life, then you want to be always reaching forth, and putting yourself in the best possible situation mentally, physically, in how we prepare our words, what we say, and how we control our tongue. The D is dominance. And it might be kind of an odd word here, but if you think about it, where we have a negative connotation about something, we're letting the negativity dominate. If we think that we're going to have a bad outcome, a bad, not fail or not succeed at something, we're letting that become the dominant thing. And so I don't mean dominance like just taking over control and telling everybody what to do. It's more putting the power that we already have within ourselves and then speaking it forth so that we can accomplish those things that we're designed to do and that we feel like we're supposed to do. And the S
Understood.
and yeah, isn't that, I don't know. When I thought that, I had to wrap my head around that for a minute. It's like, what is dominance? I don't quite get it. And yet it's easy to think about, unfortunately, in the negative, because we all have had those moments, I think, probably way more than we should, about the negativity. And so we create negative outcomes just because we speak it and we give it life. And I'm not about that anymore. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. But the S
Same.
is our success destiny, right? And we help create our own success. And so if we're speaking power, if we're speaking positive, if we're speaking powerfully, we're also speaking with that sense of impartation where that we're breathing life into something. And we just keep plugging away and we will accomplish it. Eventually we will accomplish most, if not everything that we've set out to do. So that's what really got me thinking about all this stuff. So, my pastor friend, Doug, he said, okay, what 10 words do you need to eliminate from your vocabulary? And so one of the first words, and I'll give you a couple that came up onto mind. Can't obviously is an easy one because I think everybody can relate to that. But I remember as a teenager, people saying, wow, he has so much potential. But in my head, I always heard it in a negative context. And the negative context was, why are they saying that? Why are they saying that about me? I never really thought of it as a compliment. I always thought of it as a negative. Oh, he must not be reaching his potential. Oh, he must not be doing something right. And so there was something underlying in that word that whenever I heard the word potential, I had to, I kind of went into that place of negativity. And I don't know where it came from. I don't remember my parents ever saying anything about that. I don't remember anybody else ever saying anything about that. But the truth is that's where I went. And I heard people say that he has so much potential. He's a very good athlete. He could do more. He's a very good student. He could do more. He's going to do a lot in life. And yet somehow it always had that negative spin to it where, wait a minute, why are they saying that? Why are they talking about me like that? I must not be doing enough. And after a while, it really started to weigh on me. I really grew to hate that word. So that word is now eliminated from my vocabulary. I'm not accepting that anymore. And I had a good career as a healthcare professional. I managed a lot of people. I managed a lot of money. I've achieved certain things in my life that most people would say, okay, that was pretty cool. But at the same time, I'm not, there was a part of me that always had that in the back of my mind. Somehow he's not reaching his potential. And it was, I don't know, it was just something I let it go. I finally let it go so I can move into those things and see it as a positive. He has a lot of gifts. He has a lot of talent. He can do this. Okay, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. The word can't is a very good one. I think a lot of people resonate with that one. We can say, well, I can't do this. I can't do that. And so we just put ourselves in that space of we're not gonna. But if you take it and you say, okay, I can do this, I'm doing this now, I'm just doing this in this part, I have to learn this first before I get to the next part, then you're always putting it into a step process where, we're moving forward, right? So,
Yep.
there's that point where we simply say, this is, I'm not going to accept can't. I am going to accept I am doing. And if it's a small part of the next step, then that's what I'll do. I'll do the small part of the next step. When it comes down to social media, for example, I'm not, you've heard me comment sometimes, I'm not even going to use the word anymore, but I'm a slow adopter to social media, to technology, that sort of stuff. But as I learn it, I find it more and more enjoyable. So what we're doing today, this is a hoot. And I learn as I go along. I learn it, I then teach it, or I put it into implementation, and then we learn a little bit more. So the I can'ts that I might have spoken 2 years ago, for example, are, wait a minute, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this, and now I have this to look forward to, that to look forward to, and by golly, we're getting there. It's a really cool thing. So, I don't know if you have words, Lexi, in your vocabulary. Do you have words that you would remove if you could, and they still
So I don't
find a way
know.
to,
So I don't
huh?
know, Tom. Thank you for all that. What did we get to 10? I don't think you got to 10. You're at 1, right? So
I'm
really
at
we're
one.
kind of way off here a bit.
Okay. Well, I can tell you my 10, but the point is not so much to share my 10 as much as it is to encourage other people to develop their own 10. Because it's
Okay,
not,
so
yeah, it's
okay,
not
so
like everybody has to have the same words. You
well,
have your life
no,
experiences.
no,
So,
of course not. Just to
okay.
recap a little bit, going back a little bit, Tom, what was that acronym you were using in the first segment of this Go Live?
The words acronym?
The
What
one word
words?
acronym that you were using for all those definitions? You spelled out a word.
It was the word words, WORDS.
Okay,
And it's the
okay. I
power
thought
of
that was
words.
very good.
Yeah. So,
So you, oh, okay. So you just never know what's going to happen on these Go Lives. Tom, if you can hear me, I hope you're okay. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure what happened there. Um, so that was very good. That talk with Tom was just amazing. I really wasn't sure everything what he was gonna say. So I it just opened my eyes too, and wonderful, just wonderful. I'm gonna see if I can invite Tom back and see if he can come back on. No answer from live video guest. Okay. Um, Tom, I hope you're okay if you can hear me. That was quite the phone crash. Um, Everybody has their own words, just like Tom was saying. But all we can do, is talk about what our words are that we don't resonate with and why some words are better than others and why taking some out of your vocabulary will help give you that positive energy and putting in those positive words so that you're not moving into that negative energy zone like Tom was stating. You always want to lift yourself up and lift others up and be in that positive state. Some of the words that I looked up, that was quite the phone crash, Tom says. Yeah. Did you want to come back on, Tom? Let me know. I can add you back in here. Okay, let me go for it here. All right. No answer from live video guest. I'm not sure why this isn't working. I'm approving you. And you should get an invite any minute. Doesn't look like it's working. Could be something wrong with my phone, Tom. Yeah, no answer from live video guest. So are you getting a notification? I am sending one. I've sent 3. Oops. Oops. Must be my phone here. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't think I can get you back on, Tom. That's too bad. Just never know what happens on these go lives. Yeah, I'm kind of going around in circles here. Facebook's not telling me that you can jump back on. Um, what word should I eliminate from this snafu? I don't know. I'm going to go through some words that I found, words and phrases that I came up with. Fat, stupid, not good enough, life is unfair, life is too hard, and I give up. All those put you in a negative energy, like Tom was saying, negative emotional mental state. And then when you say those words, it deepens that negative emotional state. So it's very important to take those negative words out. And like Tom said, it's different for everybody. There's a lot of similarities that we all do have. Basically, if you want to vibrate and be and join, partner up with, colleague with, friend with, you need to be in a positive emotional headspace all the time. When I say headspace, mindset, your thinking, your thoughts, positive words. Instead of saying can't, you say how can I help someone? Instead of saying I'm fat, you just say I'm perfectly imperfect. I love my imperfections. Tom says, can't, impossible, excuse, dang it, doubt, realistic are some of my other words that I have eliminated. Thank you, Tom. Boy, that's really too bad this couldn't get you back on here. It's really too bad. It just, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what else to do, so I've tried everything that I can think of. So, Tom, definitely come on again sometime in the future. You're definitely welcome to. Very enlightening talk you gave today. That was awesome. Lots of great value. So thanks again for joining me today. And viewers, if you have some positive power words, please write them in the comments below and say the words that you use and which words attract you to other people that use the same words, and which words, also tell me in the comments, which words have you eliminated, like Tom and I have. We used to use those words, but we've eliminated them. We don't say them anymore. Don't think them. And it always starts with a thought. If you're saying it, you've already thought about it. So you need to change those thoughts in a second. If you've got some negative thoughts going in your mind, within a second, you just be conscious of what you're thinking and you can switch that negative thought into a positive thought. Tom says realistic is a big word to eliminate. Realistic becomes average and dumbs down what is possible. Well said, Tom. I love that. I agree. Yes. It becomes realistic. The word realistic becomes average and dumbs down what is possible. So if you stay at that thought of realistic, your mind doesn't want to reach any higher. You're just right here. You just stay right there. Excellent point. Love it. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. I hope you got tons of value. Again, write in the comments what your positive words are and why you use them now, and if it attracts you to other people that think and say those positive words. Okay, and also please share this video out. There's someone out there waiting to hear this post, waiting to hear this information today that doesn't know about it. So yeah, very important to share it out. All right, thanks again for my special guest, Thom Stark from Michigan. I appreciate you, and I will have you on again in the future. We'll do this again. This was just awesome. And that's it. I hope you're all having a great day wherever you're tuning in from. I hope it's a beautiful sunny day. You're not getting too much snow or too much rain, and you're enjoying your wonderful Wednesday. Okay, I'm Lexi. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.